Good. Looking over, it's here. Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good, thanks. Just wait for any of the members present.
Yeah, it looks like it's just the five of you.
Nobody's on Zoom.
Mitch and James are absent.
Okay. All right, so we'll move into the announcements. The vacancy on the Environmental Advisory Council will be accepting letters of interest until Monday, December 22nd. And we'll take one right now.
I just want to say that I did email it and stated, but in case Julia is really super busy. And I know you guys do, Sammy Booth, she did tell me to do it, I'll sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. So, and he's cut just something that I know it's for the alternate as well. We're looking to for the alternate stuff. But it was on email. You got a total? I know last time we talked about it. That's a good number. Candidates.
Yeah, I think that makes it 5 or 6 now.
5 or 6, yeah.
3 or 4 last time at least, so
Good. Yeah, I didn't post anything, but I'll just continue.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to introduce myself in this one?
No, that's okay. You could just submit
Okay,
that. That's
alright.
fine. Submit it.
Yeah, it's also noting that supervisors put this advertisement on Facebook.
Yeah.
As everyone requested, they also put it in the newsletter.
Mhm.
And they're gonna have it on their agenda. And they'll be voting on in January, the appointments, as I understand it, so.
It's the 3rd, so the newsletter. Came out.
Yep, went out yesterday.
Yesterday, okay, very good. So. I'll just take from the newsletter and then post it from that. It's just like, if anybody wants to do that too, or, just. Use what came out in the newsletter if you want to share that with everybody,
I think we made that request last time, right?
Yeah.
Just to make sure we all put it out on our own personal
Yeah.
pages.
Now that it's out, you just wanna.
I'm assuming there's a requirement that person be a resident of Smithfield Township.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that is true. All right, so the minutes, I just went through the minutes, I have nothing to add there. Did you get a chance to take a look at the minutes from last week? All
Yeah.
good?
One small correction,
Okay,
toward the end, I forget where it is exactly and which page it is, but it's very minor. My name is misspelled, that's all, nothing.
We're bringing up.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it would be good to. Try to figure out where that is so that it's corrected.
Is it toward the end?
Yeah, it's toward the end of the minutes, so that would be the.
Oh, there it is. There's an extra S in there when you
Yeah.
left the meeting.
See that.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
something we can correct for sure.
The magic of word processing.
great. All right. Sounds good. New business, the EAC educational tour of the waste management MRF facility in Edmond, Argyle.
Quick question. Do you want to vote on the minutes?
Oh, yeah, to just want to,
Yeah, as amended by Ken.
yeah, we can do that. We'll vote to submit the minutes with your corrections. Motion,
Yeah, I'll second, I guess.
all in favor?
I,
Okay. And it looks like Mitch has joined us on Zoom.
Hi, Mitch.
very much.
Um,
Good to be here, guys. Sorry I'm a little late.
Okay, so regarding the waste management facility in Penarville, what did they have to say?
Basically, we talked about this at the last meeting, we need a time that it works for the council, Monday through Friday. Like 8 AM to 5 PM. I mean, it's probably gotta be, I don't know, 8 AM to 2 PM, because you gotta figure they get off work at 5, they're probably not gonna do tours at 5 PM.
Right.
Making an assumption there, but
I mean, for me, I wouldn't mind to kind of include it in one of the days that we're doing one of our subcommittee meetings or something like that, so that we know. Kind of get it all done in one day, but
Scheduling wise, yeah.
yeah, just so.
that's a good point, let me take a look at the calendar here. And see, so that would be. Let's see, today's the third, you had your subcommittee, so it'd be the first Tuesday of the month. That makes it, the 6th of January. Now, my honest opinion is that. We push it to the third, so that's the first week
Mhm.
of the year, which is, generally a pretty
Sure.
busy period for literally everybody,
Yeah.
including the township.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I would recommend aiming to have your next subcommittee for the newsletter on the 13th, Tuesday, the 13th of January.
Yeah.
And we could probably. Aim for, you guys met at 2 o'clock. So if you feel like somewhere between 1 and 2 PM.
Yeah,
On the 13th works
That would be
for the tour, I can relay that.
well, that would be perfect, because I mean, then we're all together anyway, and then if we, you know. We could grab lunch or whatever it is we wanna do, or kind of just do a culture burst more stuff.
Okay,
So that works for me.
okay. Yeah, and there's a place there where we can figure that out. Okay.
Perfect.
I will let them know. These January 13th. Do you wanna just say like, we'll have to, I'm gonna give them a little bit of flexibility, say either 1, 2, 3, or 4 PM or something like that.
Yeah.
And then let them be the ones, and then we'll,
Yeah, that's great.
I would say, yeah, one or later, that way we can make, I have to leave work by 12:30 to be here by that time, so.
Do we want a carpool?
Yeah, we can get together.
Yeah, we can work those logistics out.
I think that's good.
I just figured instead of, 4, 5, 6 cars going down, we take 1 or 2.
Yep.
What day of the week is the 13th?
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, and the facility itself is pretty easy to get to, it's just basically just take 33. Right, down in there, and then it's not bad at all. In terms of like how long it takes to get there, so.
Yeah, I know where it is, right below the park.
Yeah, I can't remember, Ken, did you come to the first?
No, I missed that one,
Okay.
but as I recall, it was recommended that you wear, not disposable clothing, but you're likely to end up stinking a little bit. The odors would stick to you a little bit.
Yeah, thankfully, you're not gonna have that issue here.
No, okay.
I mean, maybe, I shouldn't say that, because then if it is in fact, gonna be a little smelly, I would look like. I would look a little silly, but, if you'd like, I can talk to the waste management person and see what the deal is with that and let you know, if that's a concern. I'll tell you that when we did do a tour of the actual, landfill itself, there was. Yeah, when you got up, it was like, well, I don't wanna get into all the details, maybe we don't wanna hear, but I'll relay this information, we'll touch base, as I sound, but it's a real.
Washable.
Yeah. I was just gonna say we're clothing appropriate.
Yeah, especially boots or something you can hose off if you have to.
Yeah, it's mostly, and I know, maybe you can talk about what the MRF is, Robert, I don't wanna put you on the spot or.
What is-
The MRF, this is for the
Yeah.
MRF tour.
It's, you'll never see anything more fascinating about what happens to recycled materials. And open your eyes to what's going on out there. It's an extremely high-tech business, which depends on, spectrographs, lasers and, robotics. And, probably a few hand sorters, but most everything is done automatically. And this is one of the most advanced state of the art, I think materials, resource center in the country. They just built it last year. So what you're seeing is pretty much where everything is. And when you get home and you throw everything in a recycling bin, you'll understand what happens to it. In ways you never had before.
Yeah, well, Bernard used to have a recycling center back in the nineties. And it just came through a conveyor belt, and each person had a desired item they picked out, whether it was plastic, paper, or cardboard, and all the glass went to a bin.
Now it's done automatically.
It's come a long way,
And everything-
That was a little fascinating back in the nineties, you know?
Now, those people have all been replaced by robotics, and spectral analysis where, when it goes through, it's a piece of glass. It has a certain spectral, width of colors, and then something pulls it off immediately. And same thing with paper, same thing with cans, same thing with plastic. And they bale it all, and all of this is then sold to wholesalers, and distributed to whatever buyers are anywhere in the world. It's a commodities business.
Yeah, I know, Temensing Township does that over in Carbon County. They just have bins, you put it in, and it's in automatic balers.
So I think you'd be all be very interested in it.
Yeah, sounds good. Is it worth, just for the educational aspect, newsletter aspect, is it worth, talking to the local schools about this? Is it kind of, at this point, maybe a little too late for this go around, but maybe in the future? Or again, having some type of content will generate from this trip that then we'll put in our newsletter in the future?
That's why I don't.
I think after you go there and you see it,
Yeah,
is it time to just discuss that? And I wish that school children could go through facilities like this.
yeah, it'd be a great experience for them. It's obviously different territory for us, but.
Could you find out whether we could take pictures or not? And maybe we could
I'm
share
sure you
pictures
can.
on the newsletter.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you can.
Yeah,
It's waste management. They love the publicity.
right. That should be our go-to
So we
plan.
take lots of pictures of their logo.
Yeah. The publicity, yeah.
No, it sounds like it'll be a good trip. I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's our new business.
It's definitely, I would say, it'll be worth it, and when I did the landfill, which was sort of like a light version of this. And I felt that was worth it,
Oh, sure.
just to learn about how that whole process works and the essential infrastructure, so I feel strongly that this will be like that. Much more exaggerated and interesting fashion.
Great.
Can residents go to these places, like?
I think they do offer tours for residents. The reason that we're not extending this invite to everybody right now is because the township was specifically told it's capped at like 6 to 8, which is pretty much everyone on the council and maybe one of the supervisors, so we're just limited. And then, if you like, I can ask them and then kind of maybe get that info for you when we see them on the 13th, so that you can arrange something for yourselves but yeah, is that to help? Okay.
Good, yeah, that'll be part of what we publicize after the trip in the newsletter and stuff like that. So more.
Alex, you brought up about the landfill itself.
Mhm.
I worked there when we excavated the holes for 2 years.
Oh.
And, they have this huge company that comes out of Texas that puts all the liners and drains and everything in the ground to, grab all the methane gas and everything, pulls all
Yeah, it's interesting.
the waste fluids that come out of it. It's, that there is high tech alone.
Hmm.
And it doesn't take long to fill a hole up.
No.
Waste management runs most of their trucks on the gas that's generated from the
Yes,
facility out there.
and you'll see at the landfill, you do see the torches that they burn off the gas.
Yeah,
The landfill is a mountain in itself.
Yeah.
It's enormous.
And I know I don't know if they got approved for their expansion yet, but they're looking to move across the street.
Yeah, that's some controversy down there, I believe.
Yeah. That's one reason why I moved out to Arnold.
good business. Yeah.
I'll just make it a point to mention that this obviously goes back into what we've talked about and what Alex, you distributed with the ranking of the priority list, this
Yeah.
type of conservation. Obviously, clean water, while the water quality was at the top, and then going down conservation, ecosystem management, sustainable practices. It hits on several things on the priority list of the council, so just adding it in there for anybody, to watching or part of the crew that knows that that's one of the main reasons this is also worth our time.
I think
It's right on our list.
it's important to kind of reiterate that. I know people think that, you'll hear people say still, I don't recycle because it just goes into the, landfill anyway. That's obviously not.
That's what, it would be nice to see how the technology
Right.
pulls it out and separates it.
It would be good for us to
Yeah,
see it and
because
then
it does come
convey
in.
that we should not be throwing out.
There's actual townships out there that have no programs for recycling.
Well, even us, we have, places for recycle, and then people will throw regular trash in. And then the next person comes along and says, oh, what does it matter now?
Yeah.
So if it pulls it out, that would be great to see.
Yeah, good content. It would be good to reinforce the fact that recycling is not a hoax and it does get reused, so.
Well, other places in Jersey, as long as you can prove you're a resident, you can get rid of anything and they have just, you cover your yards of
Yeah.
dumpsters.
Just, yeah.
Where you throw away furniture, glass, old flooring, old lumber. In Jersey, they're really serious about it.
Yeah. We can make a note that one of the EAC newsletters will just be focused on waste, maybe. We can just do
Sure.
a whole
Yeah,
thing,
sure.
whether it's compost, yard waste, recycle, and then that sounds like
It's a good idea, and that's a great way to tie in what we talked about at the last meeting about Oak Grove.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Maybe that'd be worried.
compost piles are gonna be great for people who wanna do their own gardening.
And just down the road in Middle Smithfield is the Habitat for Humanity Restore, where recyclable furniture and other stuff is put back into use at a very low cost.
And that's a really good
It's a
point.
great one,
Yeah.
yeah. That place is a great resource, great story,
Yeah,
good
it
stuff.
really is.
I got a bunch of people there last week. All right, good.
All of the newsletter stuff.
Yeah, we'll tie that, that'll be good, we'll tie that stuff all in, we'll move on to old business, we had our, a subcommittee, meeting yesterday regarding the newsletter. I don't know if we should bring that up now, or.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay. It was the first meeting for the subcommittee and not everybody. But, we are, moving along with, newsletter kind of formatting and, Alex, put together, this submission for this month's, which we can bring up. If anybody has any questions or comments on, the newsletter, this is the time, but we are going to put out a newsletter every month. It'll look similar to what we have right here. It's gonna talk about what we've been, who we are, what we've been doing, and what we're looking forward to doing in the future. It is very cut and dry. You can pick up the newsletter this month. It is out, it went out. You can take a look at it, and then at the next meetings, you can kind of give us any of your thoughts. But it is very simple and effective, and we will continue to use the township newsletter as our way of reaching out to township residents. We are going to have some plaques put up in the parks. We already discussed that. We know that's gonna be great, and that'll be in the spring. We'll try to continue to get people to give us their emails so we can stay in touch. And then, as a group, we are also going to decide when and what it is that we want to submit to Jacob and the township for additional release, whether it be like on Facebook or otherwise. So I think it's very simplified. If we've got something that we want to talk about as a group, we'll get together, we'll make an email, share the information, submit it to the township and say, look, whenever you guys get around to it, this is what we wanted to share. I think that's easy. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything with, an additional Facebook page or anything like that. It's just, we'll use what we have.
The EAC Facebook page is off the books.
Yeah, but we'll use the township just as it is, as it was ours,
Okay.
and it'll say the EAC has, is posting this, information today. So I think that works out much better. And
I think it's simpler.
Simplifies everything. Yeah, yeah, and that's that, we don't have to approve anything, right, or just
You should
this,
ratify it,
yeah,
it'll go out with your approval
Okay.
photo
okay,
for January, I'll send it to Jacob. You should,
Okay.
I would vote on it just to,
Okay.
even something as simple as the motion to ratify the, draft newsletter and send it to the supervisor, please suffice.
okay, well, that's simple. Motion to ratify our EAC newsletter, formatting and information here.
Yeah,
Make a
question
motion.
from my side.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, just my comment. When we talk about clicking on additional items, I think those should only be things that aren't easily seen. So like when we talk about the top priorities for the EAC, I think those should be included in the verbiage and not be something that people have to click on. Because every time you ask somebody to click on something, the chances are that they won't do it. So any really, really important stuff, unless it's, I would say, pretty extensive, should be included in the newsletter. So I would include the environmental advisory priority list in the verbiage of what goes out and not be something that should be clicked on.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you to an extent. And perhaps the EAC priority list should be some type of a logo with, that has our, top 5 priorities, so that we don't have to take up all the space type of a thing.
Could that be something we can put on our township website?
Just something like that, it says, Smithfield Township Environmental Advisory Council, and then underneath it, it says, blah, 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 or, our top 5 priorities kind of put on one logo, and then that can be up there forever, so you don't have to click on it. And then everything else that we're dealing with will be right below it. And then that, it's really simple, it's like, it's all there, never has to go anywhere.
Yeah, I can workshop this and work on that and get it up. Yeah, I'll have to talk to the communications here at the township about it, but I can workshop that. And in the meantime, maybe,
I could probably do it, too.
Could that be like a working item for the next, newsletter meeting as well?
Pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So maybe one more comment. When we talk about the EAC's comments on the wastewater treatment plant, I think it's great to have the detailed letters be something that is clicked on. But when we talk about what we're recommending, I mean, it's really simple in maybe 2 bullet points to say, we're recommending that the East Stroudsburg wastewater treatment plant implement best available technology. And what that is, I mean, it's a very simple, short sentence, but it gives people that read this the idea of what it is, the primary point. And then if they want additional information, they can click on the more information, and they can see the letter that was actually submitted.
Seems reasonable. Yeah, just to kind of clarify what it is that, or why we're doing it.
that's
Right.
very reasonable.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Mitch, and I'm kind of
A
just,
lot of stuff is hidden,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
hard to find.
yeah, why are we there? Maybe a bullet point or
Yeah, just a
2 that
small
says
bullet
like
point
what
with
they're
broad
trying to do,
content.
or why we're, what is that?
I think what Mitch says, is similar to what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Best available, that's kind of the gist of your comments where we recommend best of upgrade to best, currently best available technologies and also temperature and macro invertebrate monitoring.
yeah, And, but like here where it says regarding the East Stroudsburg wastewater treatment plant discharge into Broadhead Creek.
Mhm.
Um.
Yeah, it's a little, yeah, I mean, the way it's written, the way it is, because you have a very limited amount of space in the newsletter.
Yeah.
And so you almost have to make it like, I don't know what it's called, where like, you have to like make it as succinct as possible.
Yeah.
Because there's a super finite amount of space in the
Wordsmithing this to
Like
say,
paraphrasing.
yeah, like it says, your wordsmith this to say, in keeping with the commitment, you know. Regarding the wastewater treatment plant, or plans to discharge however many more, you know, kind of like, so that it, people can, without having to click, can see why we're doing it and
Okay.
maybe what.
Or maybe want to click.
Yeah, and then, yeah,
But
and
you
you can
gotta
say,
draw
oh my
a
gosh,
picture,
yeah,
yeah,
they're
it's
doubling the
the
amount of discharge,
Yeah.
you know. Without any updates, something like that, and then if you wanna know more, click here.
Yeah.
Type of thing,
I,
cause
yeah.
then it's, well, it's clickbait, right, that's what you're trying to do.
Well, you have to now.
Now we're.
I was just gonna say,
Nobody's
yeah.
clicking on nothing unless they want to.
We're balancing, like, trying to keep everyone informed with also having a limited space.
Yeah.
Mitch, I think you make a great point, like you said, about clicking on stuff, you know, the more clicks and things we ask people to jump through, the harder it is to get people to engage. I think it's still a shared responsibility between us as a council and the community as to remaining engaged. Ultimately, what I was gonna say was, does anybody read any like political journalism anymore? All the articles I see basically have an executive summary at the top. So you've got like a
Right.
3-page or 4-page article, but then there's an executive summary that's either 2 or 3 bullet points, or even a very
Right.
small, very succinct, like 1 sentence. You know, the council met about this, recommended this, and this happened, and that's the whole summary. So like, it's hard to say where this goes in here, you know?
You could write, click here to read the EAC's comment letter requesting an upgrade to the water treatment facility before the doubling of wastewater,
Yeah.
you know, something like
Ways to
that.
shorten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this
But-
something worth discussing in the next, like I said, the subcommittee to kind of,
Cause when I got there, I didn't know, you know, like, you
Yeah.
don't know, and then you hear why people are getting upset, you're thinking, oh my goodness.
It's worth pointing out that they're not, what you said isn't exactly,
No,
yeah,
I know.
yeah. I just wanna make sure that anybody watching this isn't like, oh my gosh, they're doubling.
No,
Okay.
but you know,
You can never be too sure.
I'm talking about clickbait here.
Yeah, I understand, I understand. And you're right, I agree with the sentiment, and I think that's a good suggestion to put it right in the click here, that might be the perfect place to do it.
Okay, alrighty, that's good, Mitch, thanks,
Alright, so.
we'll figure that out.
Mike had made a motion,
yeah. To approve this, this is going in the January.
Yep.
Newsletter, okay.
I'll
So,
second it.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Well, we can't go second.
alright,
You want it? You want it?
it's not my first go around doing this, I will make a motion to approve this for the January newsletter, did I do it right?
correct.
There we go.
I'll second.
Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Yeah, here we go.
And Mitch, I'll just add that you're more than welcome. I don't know if we have a limit on how many people can be in this subcommittee, but in terms of getting this type of stuff together. More than welcome to contribute if you wanna help kind of make stuff succinct in the future,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
definitely.
we can find a way. This is the first or second working time, and so it's just gonna get better from here,
Yep.
so.
Yeah. Educational hike, Mount Mincy. January 17th.
We're doing the 17th, not first, no first day hike.
No, we're not, just cause people not being around and.
Okay.
Did you say January 17th?
January 17th, yeah. And I believe we said 11 o'clock.
Yep, sounds about right.
11 o'clock.
And what day of the week again is that?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
And that's
I-
weather permitting, right?
What's up?
Weather permitting.
Yeah, weather permitting, and then the rain day is the following.
Yeah, following rain, snow, we're calling it.
Right, yeah, weather, yeah. The weather day is
Following weekend.
is the following day.
Following weekend, yeah.
Following Saturday.
I think that's the
Or
24th.
17th and the 24th, I remember
Okay.
us saying.
Alright. Sorry, yeah,
I'll go with this.
it is the 17th,
So
so
we're
we're following Saturday. So. The idea is that we're going to meet in Delaware Water Gap at 11 o'clock. I spoke with Santa Mama Coffee folks. And Santa Mama Coffee and the new coffee shop next door, which should be open by then. Are going to host us for a cup of coffee. And it'll be probably the first couple weeks or week even that they are open.
Nice.
It'll be a new Delaware Water Gap business.
Oh, cool.
Like
Like a 1:30 PM,
what's that?
between 1 and 1, maybe
On
1.
the way back, or if we do it before?
Do it on the way back and we could have
Okay,
have a
good.
discussion.
Yeah, well, just, some people might not make it back.
Oh, well.
So, I don't want to deny people their last cup of coffee. But,
Right.
we'll
call it sometime between 1 and 2.
okay, all right, so.
That's awesome, Eric. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll meet there and then we'll get hopefully a tour of the, Santa Mama Coffee Roaster.
Oh, wow,
And then, we'll get to meet the new owners of the coffee shop next door.
wow,
It'll be one or the other.
that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, Dan Vicker of Santa Mama is happy to have us and the new folks too, so that'll be nice. And so when we meet, we'll meet at the parking lot for the Mount Mincy Trail. And then afterwards, we can all just kind of wander down and grab a cup of coffee and hopefully sit in the sun. You never know. It'll be a good day, so looking forward to that. We have any questions?
And Eric, just to clarify, that'll be in the newsletter as well as the other.
Yeah, that's for
The other.
Great.
So both of those,
Nice.
so you got a lot of content in January.
great.
So the hike is up Mount Mincy, we're gonna climb it.
Yeah, there's two routes. There's a longer route. and a
I've got 'em
shorter route.
both.
Yeah, so people can choose which one they want to do. But it'll just be a nice day. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so it'll be in the newsletter and the newsletter will be out on the township Facebook page.
Alright. That, and it'll also go out directly to everyone that signed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, again, we'll have a meeting between then, we'll post it, get people. I don't think. Nothing else, right? We'll just, have people dress warm. Whatever, bring water. Pretty simple.
Pretty simple.
And good shoes,
Good shoes.
good shoes.
It'll be icy.
We'll just keep mentioning it each meeting, right?
Yeah.
We announced the last hike that we had.
It's a good idea, right in announcements.
Yeah, it may as well be an agenda item just to keep announcing
Exactly.
every time, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Good suggestion.
maybe we could get the supervisors meeting to announce it also,
Yeah.
because a lot of people come to that meeting versus this meeting.
Yeah.
And if we put it out there that we're doing things, it's a possibility we maybe get more people to come here and participate.
Orange.
If the supervisors put it out.
Yeah, it's a good point. But at every supervisor meeting, there's an update time,
Right.
so more or less our updates for the newsletter / any dates we have pending should be something.
Yeah,
One of us are agreeing to go to and then present, more or less,
yeah,
doubling of the public message.
you know,
Okay. We're good with that? Whole business. C. Homeowner small project stormwater management toolkit. I know we pushed this last time, right?
Yeah, I know the township wants us to focus on these sorts of programs,
Yeah.
so this is the perfect sort of. This might even, this is more its own subcommittee,
Yeah.
because we're talking about it, the possibility of doing educational programs. And sending separate newsletters out, separate Facebook posts, so. That's probably the best way to handle this, and then the subcommittee can just kind of like bring whatever they put together back to the EAC. That's probably how I feel, because there's so much information in here. It's also enough material for like 24 newsletters. That's an exaggeration, it's a bad one, but it's so much information that it's.
Yeah.
And it's, if you look at the way it's written, they specifically this was from Pennsylvania Environmental Council, they specifically thought that the Environmental Advisory Council should do this, and all the supervisors, and Robert, you probably remember that when they gave the presentation at the supervisory meeting. The supervisors, from what I saw, were pretty impressed with the whole thing, so. Right, the presentation and some of the recommendations, so, yeah. So I mean, it seems to me like, you know, you're getting kind of direct guidance from the supervisors on this being something that they definitely like to see. DC spend some time on and help them with the whole education of where we're at.
My immediate thought is that with spring around the corner and us trying to do some type of a workshop thing regarding gardening and, you know, people creating their own, you know, food at home and stormwater management somehow being able to tie into that. Maybe we could start a subcommittee that is looking to do some type of a workshop and bring it all together that way. Spring. Everything.
Maybe we should see who we add to this council as a, you know, when we get some volunteers to add to our number.
Because we actually could incorporate this. With, people starting their own compost,
Yeah, it's all.
especially, you know, with gardening, things like that. You know, pretty much anything can go in a compost. You just need to turn it.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about, you know, rain barrels and, yeah, and rain barrels, rain gardens, planting trees, you know, repairing buffers. All that type of stuff can be kind of hit on a really great workshop,
Yeah.
you know?
And in fact, they got a lot of different, websites to go to, I've noticed.
A lot of resources.
Like, there's, 2 or 3 pages in the back there of websites.
Like a spring programming committee.
That's what I'm thinking,
I
yeah,
like the spring timeline, I think.
yeah,
I agree.
so,
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
okay. So, are we good with, we'll do a subcommittee,
Okay.
be ready for the springs to have our first workshop with the subcommittee. And it'll be some type of a gardening, stormwater management type of. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, that would be fun, but.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hands-on project.
Yeah.
Well, is that something we could incorporate at your place? Because
We
there's a lot of tools there to
Yeah,
do a hands-on instead of bringing stuff here.
we do it already,
Explain it.
you know, and we have the rain barrels and, you know, we've got all of that. And I just completely destroyed the whole place, so we're gonna have to put in a bunch of new.
So a
everything.
comment from my side.
Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah, you know, one way to do this is if you take all of that information and you try and send it out and get the public to absorb it, it's way too much. And a better way might be to break it down into pieces and include it in the monthly newsletters. So that in one of our monthly newsletters, I won't say the only item, but an item would be rain barrels or the gardens or a different item. But you break it into pieces and then people can absorb it more easily.
I'm with you, and what we can do is. Do a little blurb about a rain garden 1 month, do a little blurb about tree planting the next month. At the bottom of that, say, you know, learn about rain gardens here and, you know, save the date for the EAC workshop that will pertain to these items.
Right.
It could be done on a seasonal basis,
Yeah.
you know, depending on what time of the year is
Yeah.
best for this
Yeah.
objective.
I think that's okay. So we'll do a little blurb maybe that has each month that can be a focusing on stormwater management, and then by the time the workshop happens, we'll have 5 different things that we already kind of hit on. We do it in May, and we can then actually maybe demonstrate all of the things that we've talked about up until.
Yeah, we could hit something each month and
Yeah.
then when it comes time, we can do workshop on all the stuff that we put out prior for someone who may have questions on it.
If anybody's following along. Yeah, yeah,
Good suggestion.
yeah.
It'll have to start in February, March, so you get 3 newsletters.
Sure.
February, March, April, and the workshop will probably be in May.
Yeah.
June.
Yeah, May.
Based on it.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to implement something they learned,
Yeah, May 15th is our first planning day of the year. Typically.
typically, as long as we don't get that onion stuff.
Okay, so you want me to put this on your agenda for January?
Yeah.
And then it'll basically read differently. It'll say basically, instead of homeowner, small project management toolkit, it'll say spring programming subcommittee or something like that.
Yeah, and then we'll have a new member, possibly several for subcommittee and yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, and that was a good point about the new members, whoever made that, who made that?
Yes,
Ken, right?
yeah.
Sorry.
I think we'll have a little rearrange, because it's by January anyway.
Yeah, we
Reassign.
may get a horticulturist.
Yes. Who knows?
Yeah, that was a mouthful.
And the more we talk about it, the more we educate, the township and the community, the more potential volunteers that are interested in certain particular subjects, will come along potentially, so. I like the idea of doing the brief newsletter, introductions leading up to a seminar. I think it's well done.
I agree, that was a good suggestion, my bitch.
Also, can we ask for, people from the community that would be interested in being a part of the workshop?
Absolutely, absolutely, anyone.
You know that there are so many people out there. that are
Absolutely.
like, I do this for a living.
Yeah,
I'd love to help.
absolutely.
Yeah,
That would be great.
It would be a subcommittee,
Right.
and then anyone, it does, they only have to live in the township to join a subcommittee.
Okay, that's.
It does have to,
That-
the
that's-
members do have to be vetted by the council.
That's great.
It's not like it's something that I'd recommend just, offline, just, hey, here's the new subcommittee members, like, there should be a formality
No,
involved.
that clears things up really nice.
Yeah.
Because on a stormwater management, focus group, you can bring in actual professionals and put together something really fun.
I 100% agree, and it's a great point.
Okay.
I'm sorry if it's too bureaucratic for you, but.
No, it's
I
really.
have to bring everyone here, but
No.
I do think that, in the year of transparency, we should probably make sure we at least talk about who's on the committee.
No, I think it's great though. I mean, at least, because I didn't know that was an option. So we could actually
yeah.
bring in township residents that are, professionals in this field. And then put on, maybe a really great workshop.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Okay, that sounds cool.
is this something we could possibly or maybe incorporate, if we're considering on the community garden coming back? Something we could use to break ground there.
That's a great suggestion, like the breaking ground for the community garden, yeah. Cool.
I like that too.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep, that's good. All
And
right.
just for sake of public record, once again, this stormwater project management, like you said, is, being recommended to us from the supervisors and from the higher powers that be in Pennsylvania, Department of, Environmental Protection, things like that. It still goes back right into our ranked priority list. Water quality concerns, sewage, stormwater, PFAS, forever chemicals. So the public, to get engaged, has to know the why, right?
Yeah.
Why do we care about stormwater drainage? Unless you're a homeowner, you don't care, but do you care about clean water? Well, then most people do, and so that's part of our why. So
That
making
switch
sure we
right
know
there could be our main bullet point for our newsletter.
sure.
Get people interested.
About
It,
clean water.
it states what we're doing, why we're doing it,
Gotta have the why.
so for Mitch. Cause he said he'd like to see something there, why we do stuff,
Yeah.
there's our main bullet point for the environmental council and what we
On the
do.
logo.
Yeah, we do a little logo there.
Yeah, I like it. We don't need to vote on that. That's just a note. We'll get it next month.
Yep, I'll make sure it's in that, make sure it gets on the agendas, 2026.
When's the next meeting?
Later this month.
What is it?
Oh, let me check the calendar.
I think it's like the last week of the month
Yeah.
without looking.
Would it be the
Looks like
6th?
Yeah, it looks like it's the 16th, Tuesday.
Oh, it's earlier than I thought.
And then after
Basically 2 weeks.
that, so the 16th of December, and then the next meeting in January, your reorganization meeting is not until the 20th.
Okay.
So there's gonna be a month between meetings there for the holidays.
Okay.
Just so you're all, give you.
And we'll have our.
We start committee meetings in on some stuff.
Yeah, you'll have it,
We'll have our hike and then we'll have our 13th at the.
Yep.
Murph.
Yep.
Okay, so that's cool. We'll have a couple weeks. Kind of flew through it. Council member comment, Mitch, you there?
Yep.
Any questions, at all? We're kind of, we worked through the agenda. It's only
Are
quarter to
we,
8.
are we to council member comments yet?
Seems like it, yeah.
We are now.
Okay, my only question is, where are we with the QR code to post and collect input on who wants to be on our list of email participants for communication?
Yeah, so, it was approved. It's all happening and, it is going to be, the plaques are gonna be created and we're gonna be able to put them out. And I don't know if there's a timeline that was given, but it is done and it is in the works. And hopefully, by spring, we'll have something really nice out there in all the parks for us.
That's not a good goal to have for the
Sorry,
spring.
you said
know.
in the spring we'll have something?
The plaques will be ready for the spring, I believe. Is that correct? Something like along those lines? Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
I mean, I think we need to have a greater sense of urgency in terms of collecting the email addresses of people who would like to be communicated with within our township. And I mean,
I think you're right.
we've been talking about this since October or maybe September. And I just, this sounds like government bureaucracy to me. And I think we need greater sense of urgency. I think we need to start getting that information out and having that QR code so that people can communicate, can click on it with their camera. And if they want to get information, they can get their email into a list of email addresses.
We could do a Christmas Eve email drive like the fire department does in Delaware Water Gap. Instead of collecting quarters, you just collect email.
Yeah, well, we're kind of waiting on our logo also, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that we want email addresses from the township residents. We have 800, we should have, maybe this is what we need to do. We need to say, we have as a count, as a township, we have 800 email addresses. There are 8,000 residents. Our goal, we set a goal to get more emails every single month. However we do that, we can do that, I mean, I suppose we can do that, personally by just posting something from, our personal accounts saying, I'm a member of the EAC, here is the township website, please add your emails to the township website and get the newsletter. That is a way to do it on our own. We could do that today.
Well, no, you need the QR code so that they can just take a picture of it and add their email address. I'll tell you what, give me the QR code and I will print out paper copies and start distributing to the members of the township. I'll start posting them at different businesses. And
There's
then people
billboards
will
at a
at
lot of
least have
businesses, like the one
an
that's on Mass down the
opportunity
street. There's
to
a
get
couple laundromats.
communication.
People stand
Okay.
there all day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Two
I
things,
apologize.
wasn't there something about a budget something about having to have that in the budget for 2026, so we have to order them in the first place. We have to get that approved first, I believe, right? And then the second thing is, do we know what the QR code link is going to look like? Because we could have the whole enter your email in once we get that, like, once they click the QR code, then it takes us to the site. Do we know what that's gonna look like yet, or we haven't gotten there?
That's up to communications.
Okay.
They want it done in a certain way.
Right.
And so, I mean, I can certainly relay the message to them again.
Yeah.
And I honestly think what Eric says is a point well taken. What he said, you know, we have 8K residents. Let's set a monthly goal to get this many more emails per, you know, and that's a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
Like maybe we set a reasonable goal, like let's get an extra 25 emails a month.
Yeah.
And if we can work as a group and try to get that, and we can coordinate back with the supervisors and ask them, hey, how many signups do we get this month? And just kind of do a recurring sort of update or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Smithfield Township website right now, Mitch, and volunteers needed, Environmental Advisory Council, letters of interest due, you know, that's the first, you know, banner that pops up there.
Mhm.
Click to learn more. Is there a page on the Smithfield Township website that you go to just and give them your email address to be added to the?
Yes.
Yeah, there should be, there should be.
Just the sign up.
There's that at the
Is there a
bottom.
news tab or something?
Yeah,
Resources.
it says
Yeah,
news and
it's like
event.
500 things to figure it out.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, but we can do this easily on our own. You find out what the URL is for that. Okay, here it is.
That's what I mean.
Sign up to have the monthly newsletter sent directly to your email address. It's right there.
It's, you click on the news tab and it literally is like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing on the right. That's
So-
right up.
So yeah, so we can do this on our own, Mitch. We can do it on our own easily, and we'll make this a point. But for me, what I would do is, you know, highlight the URL for this specific page. If you want to turn it into a QR code, by all means do that. Because doesn't, you know, it takes no time at all, and you can make 1 million of them. But for me, it would be just easier to just keep posting on our own web, you know, on our own Instagrams and Facebook and whatever you want to do, and just say, we are members of the EAC, please, you know, we're gonna be sending out a newsletter every single month. We really want to reach out to the, you know, to the residents. Please add your email to this sign up sheet. And that's it. And if we can get a little ticker, you know, and see how well we do as a group, you know, this month, I think it's a good start. There's nothing stopping us from doing that.
I can ask,
But if there's
township.
something that you guys can do, like, some people may wanna sign up, but they don't wanna see the other stuff in those newsletters, like something just for the EAC.
It's just one newsletter every month though.
Cause like someone probably don't care about the zoning or
Right.
board of supervisors.
Well, I
They
mean,
just wanna do EAC only, cause that's their,
It's a hard balance to strike.
I get it, but at this point, we're not doing that just because we really have to try to streamline our efforts. I agree with you, but we can just say, pay no attention to the, you know, to the zoning stuff and focus only on environmental advisory council stuff. But I think, yeah, Mitch, you're right. But we can do that as a group very easily. And maybe,
Well, we just need the QR code. Give us the
I'll send it.
QR code and
Send
we
it.
can take care of it from there.
all right,
Well, and like we said, we haven't fully established what that QR code takes us to.
it'll take it right to this page right here.
Well,
Right here.
originally, I mean, we talked about this 2 or 3 months ago. Alex was going to generate the QR code. It took no effort. It cost no money. And then all we have to do is put that QR code on a piece of paper with a request if residents want communication on environmental issues or have any interest in Smithfield Township, they submit their email address and it goes right to a Google spreadsheet. And it then becomes part of what the communication is that goes out from the township.
And
I mean,
we're gonna
this is
do
ridiculous.
that.
we've been talking about this for 3. I'm gonna be polite here, 3
Yeah.
months.
I know,
Okay,
but
and
we
it is
also,
the fact that we're still talking about it and it's not done is very disappointing.
Can I play devil's advocate?
yeah,
We submit everything to the supervisors, get reviewed by the supervisor, Julia, everybody's got their hand in this pie.
yeah, sorry.
But we're not the only thing that happens here.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we had the new budget.
With all due respect, and I'm gonna interrupt you here.
Going on in this township.
Robert
every-
has asked us to take action. Robert has asked us to be an action oriented and not a passive organization. So let's take action. Let's put pressure on the supervisors. Let's get this goddamn thing done.
All right, well, I'll do it myself and I'll send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you, no problem, and we'll get it done. We got it.
Mitch, I can appreciate your sense of urgency. I can appreciate you make that strong-winded comment with a smile. That's exactly what we need to be doing here together. I mentioned quickly to Alex, was there anything we needed to know from the communication department? So is that something we should address to Jacob? We could have brought that up yesterday, but we didn't have that chance.
Yeah.
But is there anything we need to know, or is it completely ready to go? Well, because if it is, then like Mitch makes the point of let's get it out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But we probably need to confirm if there's anything that needs to be addressed or not.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if there is or isn't.
All we're doing is we're encouraging residents to sign up for the monthly newsletter. That's all we're doing.
And I'm okay with, if that's what the QR code says, then let's do it.
So in order to do that and to make it easy for everybody to do.
Sign up to the EAC so we can tell you what we're not doing.
You have to be recognized. What's your name?
Zach.
Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry,
yeah,
my camera was unmuted, my bad.
we're good.
Who's speaking? We have to if somebody comments, I got as recording secretary, I gotta get their name. Okay,
Okay,
so we don't know who's commenting.
no.
Can you identify yourself?
That for sure.
We're not at the public comments yet, though.
Why don't you have a QR code as an alternate way to get to this?
It's gonna go right to this.
But
Yeah.
you might also ask the supervisors,
That's,
get in the sign up, you can check, I want the EAC newsletter, I want the township newsletter, so you get a choice, if you don't want anything but the EAC, you can get that. You want both of them, you get anything.
Yeah, I think that we talked about it and it made it, they mentioned that it's kind of difficult to differentiate, so. We're okay with that. I mean, we don't need, to just scroll down to see what the EAC corner is saying is not, I don't think, asking too much. And we have a master email list that has 800 and we're gonna work on making that 1,000. And in the meantime, this is the fastest way to do it. Let's just get it done. Well, we can certainly ask, is there anything stopping us from creating a QR code that brings you to the sign up, URL on this page? I don't think so. I'm just
There's a
saying.
bunch of, if you Google like free QR.
I'll do it right, yeah. I can show it
Like
now.
anybody can generate a if
Yeah.
it's a public link.
Yeah.
Right on the website, you click
Yeah.
news, and it's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find already, and if you
Yeah.
create a QR code. I guess that's another way to access it if you really want, and anybody can create a QR code. It's
Yeah.
literally just another way to get to an
I
URL.
mean, not to put Robert on the spot, but do we know where the township is on this? So we can do this, or is this just,
That's what
like
I
Eric
was gonna say
said,
before.
we just go do it?
Yeah, it's public information where. you
Yeah,
can
but I
click
mean,
to-
as far as to what Mitch is saying, QR code, to make our own thing and.
Why don't we have that?
Anything that gets more names is fine.
Cool.
All right, well, there we go.
And why don't we confirm that for our next meeting as well?
Yeah.
Like, we confirmed it, we'll get it ready to go for the 16th, and then we'll be free to distribute it after that,
Yes,
right?
I will make sure that we have, one piece of paper with a QR code with a little blurb that says.
By the 16th.
Yeah, by the next one.
Yeah, and then we can, it's free to distribute.
And then, yeah, anybody that wants to copy and, yeah.
Put it on every
Yeah.
board, billboard.
But we'll have 7 or 8 copies to bring in next meeting. And that should be good.
Yeah, I mean, Robert said the township is
Thank
okay
you,
with
everybody.
ultimately the call supervisors, so, you know, if that's what you wanna do.
It seems pretty simple. We'll get it done.
And it's, and then what I can also do, Robert, is I can talk to the township and try to get an update on the number of signups per month for your
Cool.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we can start keeping track of our progress.
Yep.
So we got 2 things to do. One is to make a post on our own to get people to come to this. The other one is to make a post to get people to sign up to be a EAC member, council member. Everybody good?
Good.
Council member comment is closed then?
You got them? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
good.
sorry. Mine, I was just gonna bring something to everyone's attention. I don't know if anybody's gotten this letter as well. I remember I had mentioned, in the past at the end of the meeting, I had mentioned it, had anybody gotten a letter from the Broadhead Creek Regional Authority? I don't know why, it would only be coming to my house, so I brought copies for all the members. I was just gonna pass it out. It's basically talking about what we've talked about in the past. When we went on our hike, we saw the Broadhead Creek, actually just pass it down, yeah. I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention, because again, for the whole sake of the community, I don't know if select households are getting letters or not. But basically, it talks about the level of trihalomethanes that are in the drinking water. It's basically saying that they're aware of the issue, that East Stroudsburg Borough is also aware of the issue. This kind of goes back into the wastewater treatment plant, I believe, that letter that we sent with the chlorine as the disinfectant versus UVs as the disinfectant. So I just wanted to bring it to everybody's attention in case anybody had not been made aware or had gotten the same letter. I think they do a good job of breaking it down in the sense of there's a 3-part explanation describing what happened, what is being done, and then what you should do. So we could always potentially use that as a, model for moving forward in terms of how we communicate. But it's talking about more or less the level of total trihalomethanes are above the drinking water standards. There's nothing we need to do right now. You do not need to use an alternative water supply like bottled water. However, studies have indicated people who drink this type of contaminant in the water over many years can experience problems with liver, kidney, central nervous system, and including cancer. Please consult your doctor. So that's something I think is worth mentioning. Again, what does this mean? They're saying that there's nothing to do immediately, that they're aware of the issue. And then lastly, what is being done? The borough is actively working to address this problem by flushing select areas of the water system and increasing utilization of our groundwater sources. They also talk about trihalomethanes are a byproduct of using chlorine for disinfection in the public water system. So I thought those were 2 things that are directly related to what we've been talking about. The letter that we sent about the chlorine for disinfection, as well as the groundwater, stormwater conversation with what we're addressing as well. So again, just wanted to bring it up. It's a letter that I got. The house that I'm living in with my family is located in Smithfield Township. And then this letter is addressing, I guess, people who are receiving service from the Broadhead Creek Regional Authority. So 2 reasons, bring it up for public education standpoint, and also if anybody else is aware of it, is receiving the same letters or wanted to comment further, or we table it and discuss it, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Our drinking water has contaminants in it. It's barely over the level, but that's why they have to notify us. And again, it's like a short term, nothing to do. Long term, there might be something to talk about. I have nothing else to contribute other than I thought we should bring it to our attention.
That's great connecting in the dots with regards to the chlorine as a disinfectant. Yeah, that's a really.
Yeah, so you're on public water over there?
I'm guessing so. I'd have to look into that further. I guess so, if that's why I'm getting the letter.
Well, this is a municipal water supply, many, if not most Smithfield residents are on well water.
Okay, which makes sense, and that may be why I'm getting the letter and others might not.
But
So,
it is worth sharing and, maybe getting the word out.
yeah, basically for anybody else that's on the public water supply.
There's I mean, I'm not sure that what you said is 100% what I would have said. I do know that there's a lot of the township on public water and there's a lot off of it. I
Okay,
don't know exactly how much is on versus off of it. That's probably information that we can get. And maybe go from there. I like to have the facts in front of us.
Absolutely.
Before we start, because this would apply to those folks who get it, and it's not as small a number as you might think, because you have two different water supply organizations here, so. And then there's also, what do they call it, service areas for potential future expansion, so it's not as trivial as you might originally suspect, so, that's my comment. Yes.
and even the idea of being educational, for anybody who's taking that letter and throwing it out without reading through it, again, it's a document that has some minorly technical language in it, but, yeah, it's worth looking into in terms of water supply and, again, I just wanted to see if anybody else was aware.
No, I mean, and then to Ken's point, another thought that crossed my mind is that then there's the comparison of those who are on well water and those who are on public water supply, the costs and benefits.
Yeah,
And, why are there residents on well water and why are there some on public water supply? So I think that's another thought I had based on your comment too. And I think that's a really interesting discussion to have, and I could go on for lengthy periods of time just talking about that one thing, but I won't, I'll spare everybody because it's, 8, 10.
just a reminder, if anybody goes and shares this, please, delete the address on it.
Right, that's why I gave it for the council members.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do wind up sharing it, agreed, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's also interesting. Cause it's a part of our newsletter regarding the DEP
Right,
decision.
Right.
No.
right, it ties directly into what we're talking about.
Put a blurb in to say, some residents may have received a, notification. I'm sure people are getting that and wondering what's going on. So, not that we could really, get into it
Somehow,
Yeah, you know what I mean, it's interesting to see that after that meeting.
It's worth pointing out. I hate to even jump into this topic, but so when the wastewater plant disinfects the sewage and puts it into the Broadway Creek, that the last thing they do is they disinfect it with chlorine in large amounts and then. Not all the chlorine makes it out and then chlorine gets into the creek. Yeah. I hate to even bring it up because it's so complicated, I don't want to misspeak. But what ends up happening is that chlorine interacts with organic molecules, just as it says here, that happens in the Broadway Creek too, not just drinking water. But you have it on both ends of this thing, you're having it, and so and those are also toxic to aquatic life.
Yeah.
Right, so not only having the chlorine, but also these byproducts, these halogenated byproducts are harming aquatic life in addition to the chlorine, so you have this situation that does very much apply to your comments. We didn't get into the nitty-gritty details on this, but there is a large body of peer-reviewed literature that looks at these things, these what are they called, the trihalomethanes,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth, so.
yeah, that's
And again, I would love to chat about this for a while with you all tonight, but again, I wasn't really prepared, I don't wanna misspeak, but it's also 8:10.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well,
it's something that we can.
we can talk about, next meeting or a future meeting. I
Yeah, get it.
would like to learn a little bit more about this
I would
and
think,
discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's obviously, it's affecting residents.
Yeah.
It's enough so that they
Yeah,
had to.
we don't want Flint, Michigan.
Exactly.
Well,
They need to
we gotta be
update.
we gotta be a little careful what we say.
They need to update.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's not that drastic.
But
Yeah,
the
no,
general
not
idea
it.
stands, the
Yeah.
general idea stands, Jackson, Mississippi, Flint, Michigan, they had problems with their stormwater treatment, whether it was flooding or whether it was the chemicals or. It's just worth understanding the process, and that's also why we're gonna go toward the other facility, and
Yeah.
all of this ties back into the same
And
conversation.
again, I mean, if you're on public water and you're concerned, it's,
Yeah.
boil it.
Yeah.
And do we have any last comment on this, Pennsylvania DEP is making this official comment response document from when we submitted that letter? That was just in our newsletter update. I know that was potentially something that you said it might take even up to a year, or we had said that there's no definitive timeline on that. But maybe that's something we should just all keep our eyes on or put it on our watch list of when this public comment response letter comes
Oh, yeah.
out. We should be monitoring that for
Yeah.
information about.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, yeah. And like we talked about, I'm happy to go into a detailed conversation about the consequences of chlorine as a disinfectant
Sure.
in both drinking water and sewage.
Something you'd be very much more versed in than some of us. So we welcome the
I'd
educational.
love to share the
opportunity.
knowledge that I've learned.
Yeah, I'd love to learn it. I think it's part of, again, it all ties back into what we're trying to do here for the community, so.
I agree, yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, okay. Councilmember comment is closed. And we'll move to public comment.
Hi, I'm Katie McCoskey, 5112 Range Drive. A lot of the points you kind of hit on that I was gonna make today. I'm wondering about the video from 3 weeks ago. It's supposed to be public record, and I saw that you guys had to vote on the minutes. Is that how it works normally before they get updated on the website? Because the minutes aren't there either.
Think different.
You know, like if you're trying to keep track and you're reading up on things and you're trying to go back, the minutes are not on the township page, actual website, and the video is completely missing.
From our,
Yeah, cause I was on the Zoom. I'm usually on Zoom. This is my first time in person. And I try to keep notes, but sometimes like it goes too fast and I have to go back and rewatch it or reread the minutes because I have to look stuff up a lot
I
about
don't
it.
know. Yeah.
I don't understand fully. So I'm wondering if that's is that like a webmaster thing or is that the office manager job, or do you guys have to vote on the minutes before they come up? Cause I saw you voted on the minutes at the beginning of this meeting. Is that what goes on?
They should be up as soon as.
It's not,
No,
up.
The last minutes is October 21st.
Yeah, and the last meeting is October
It's missing.
21st on the website.
Because they should be up there.
They're not up there.
It's like a week or something, but they should be up.
No, it's 3 weeks.
And as far as the videos, I had trouble finding them too, but I guess you have to go to the.
No, we've had many people look.
It's been removed.
It's been removed, and the minutes are not
The last,
on.
the last.
For the last EAC
Has
meeting.
The last EAC meeting, the one that I was pointing out, that it would be, Mitch had made a lot of good points about public distribution.
Yeah,
And that, it was weird, with Robert on the board, that you guys aren't more together with the supervisors to get more information out, because I know a lot of people in this community are big on environment,
Sure.
big on environment. And you're missing like a lot of demographics,
Yeah.
and I was trying to go back to that meeting and like take notes on a lot of things,
I haven't
and
done
they're
that.
gone.
I haven't done that, so I don't know, but.
Is that something you guys have to vote on before it goes up,
No,
or how does that work?
It goes up supposedly automatically right after the meeting.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't understand it.
but what about the minutes? Who does that?
Minutes.
Is that the webmaster or
No,
the office
minutes.
manager or?
As soon as they're approved by these guys,
Oh, okay,
And
so
it's-
they have to vote on
within,
it.
let's say, a couple of days, it's just, administrative, it should be up there. So if it's not, it hasn't been for months.
It's
I
not,
will get into that. I don't know why.
yeah,
And-
so that's just what I wanted to point out, and I didn't know who's like actual job or how that process works either, so I just,
Yeah, we'll
find
find out. I
out.
actually have no idea myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because,
just know it's there.
he did make a couple, like, he had made some points at the supervisors meeting too. They kind of got brushed under the table, and then I was trying to put, like, there's a lot of topics that cross if you watch all the meetings. And I can't physically be at every single
Yeah.
meeting, but I do like to,
We'll find out.
so I'm just wondering if
No, it
if
should
there's a
be-
process to that or what.
We'll find out and just give you
I'm
a
looking
pretty.
at it.
Yeah.
We'll give you an answer on, how long it normally takes.
Last minutes for October.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the last meeting is not up and it's not on, the Zoom meeting is not on the Smithfield,
It
You two
may have
either.
just fell through the crack and not went off.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm not trying
When
to.
you're done with your comment, I would like to make a comment.
No, yeah, that's all I was just trying to point out, if there's I didn't know the process, it was all I was trying to do, I apologize.
What would you like to say?
Was that the end of your comment?
Yes,
Okay, thank you for your comment. May I comment?
yes,
Absolutely. So if you look at the website, you'll see that there are minutes
that are not up,
on October 21st. Right, making a comment, like to have the floor without interruption. Then there's an agenda for October 21st. Now, if you look at your agenda for today, you'll see that up for vote was the November 18th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Those cannot be put on the website until they've been approved.
Yep.
Which you just did about an hour and a half ago.
yeah, correct.
And then the township secretary must sign them. There's a lag there.
So that's the policy.
Once they were literally just approved an hour and a half ago. That's why they're not there.
Yeah.
I literally just got your vote an hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Right? So then what I'll do is do the edit that Ken recommended for his name. Give it to the township secretary, and the township secretary will sign them, and sometime over the next couple of weeks, they will be uploaded to the website.
so October's there, November's will be up. And so on and so forth, so the lag makes
I
sense.
wasn't accusing.
No, the lag makes sense
That's
now.
my
So
question.
we have your October there, now November's will be up.
It's the gap between the meetings.
Yeah, yes.
And now you know the process.
Yeah, that
Correct.
was all my question was, I wasn't accusing anybody, I didn't mean
Well,
that.
No, now we know.
Now I know how it
And then
happens.
it's worth pointing out, the video, that's a.
The video.
So that is something that I would reach out to the township manager about. That's something that I don't have any control over.
Okay, township manager.
Township manager
Thank you,
is the township manager.
yeah,
You could also reach out to the supervisors as well. But I can answer the other question, and it's a fair question, and I really appreciate your comment.
yeah,
I just want to, so that everyone's clear on, because I heard a lot of comments, I'm like, hold on, let me just clarify this, everything's okay, we're good.
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to accuse anybody, I was just
Exactly.
asking the question, because I didn't
Yeah.
understand either. I
Yeah,
was just trying to go back and, reference some points, and I couldn't find them.
on the video, you mean?
On the video and the minutes, I thought that they had been up.
How do you get the videos with?
As soon as
The
those
video's
minutes
not-
are, I will expedite this tomorrow and bring it to the secretary. And let them know that there's interest in getting these up sooner rather than later.
Yeah,
But I can't,
yeah, no, I apologize, I was just wondering what the process was.
I'm happy to expedite it.
Yeah, and we have sometimes we have 2 meetings per month, which, so there'll be more.
Delays it a
But,
little bit.
right, but yeah, typically when you look back, then we'll know that you're dealing with a 30-day or so lag, give or take another meeting or something like that.
Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
All things considered, but for this one, because members of the public really wanna read the details, I'm happy to expedite it.
Great.
And,
Alex, get to the archive videos, you have to go to the
Live,
channel on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
go to Smithfield channel,
But is there a
And then
link
you
on the?
click on live.
You
and
click
you'll
on the
see
line,
All the videos.
yeah, but this one, that meeting's not there either.
But there's not a link from the township, is there?
Yeah, on the township EAC page, it says, click to see YouTube videos here.
Yeah.
And then you can click it. And it does not, like, the last video is not
That's
on.
on the township.
And that one is, it should have been on immediately,
YouTube.
Okay.
public
I've been
record,
trying
so.
to find it
Go to
myself.
YouTube, you have YouTube?
yeah, as I said earlier,
Well, yeah.
I don't,
It was just a question, I'm not accusing anybody, I'm just
no,
wondering.
we're not just saying we're, that really.
Yeah, no, I know, I feel like you got a little that, and I didn't mean that.
So we all understand.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
We'll ask, we'll find out, so that we can say,
What it is.
generally 30 days
Okay,
lag on the minutes, right?
That's the archive.
From the month
Yeah.
before. And then with the videos, maybe they'll have a better answer for us. We'll find
Yeah,
out.
so what's the township, you said manager?
The township man, it's not, what I'm trying to say, Mr. Chairman, is that's not this, it's not your responsibility to answer these.
No, that's what I was saying, but we can,
I was just wondering.
we can ask, cause I don't know the answer, and maybe we can say, you know, within 60 days, they try to have everything up there or something. So,
I wouldn't recommend asking because it's something that's so far outside of your.
sure.
It's not even,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, I
if somebody else wants to know, honestly, my recommendation is just instruct them to
Sure.
reach out to the manager.
Okay,
in my
well.
opinion. That's my recommendation, I mean.
If you look at, if you reach out and ask,
Yeah.
and find out, you can let us know.
Thank you.
I do.
Why do you have to ask? What's wrong with asking a simple question and getting a simple answer?
Thank you.
Thanks for your comment.
Yeah, thanks for
Okay.
wasting time.
Yeah, no,
Um,
honestly, it's been this whole meeting and this whole year has been a meeting on having a meeting about making a newsletter about making a newsletter. There's been nothing going on. Nothing is getting done. Nothing. It's just the same repetitive thing for an hour and a half. It's literally a waste of time. If you want to get the community involved, talk
I
about
appreciate
something
it.
actually relevant.
We're trying to get through it.
There's
So,
some wisdom in that comment.
yeah.
Talk about something relevant. Nothing's ever relevant here. Nothing in this town. Why are we talking about Penn Argyle's waste management facility?
Public comment, I believe, is closed, so.
Public comments closed. You never gave me the fucking chance to talk.
There are people that wanted to say.
Well,
So where's the last meeting? How come the
Well,
last meeting?
because you sit there and you're fucking worried about the goddamn minutes of the meeting and you don't actually let people talk who have something to fucking say because you're wasting fucking time like a bunch of dickbags. Holy shit, you guys are so stupid and useless. This is government bureaucracy, like Mitch said, at its fucking finest. You guys just sit here and spin in circles and pretend you're doing so much. Get real, dude. Get real. Do something. You guys are doing nothing.
Zach, are you finished?
Huh?
Are you finished?
What'd you say?
Are you finished talking?
I can be. Robert's a piece of shit. I'm
Okay, can
finished
you
now.
please- All right, thank you.
State your name.
It's Vicky. The last board of supervisors meeting, Todd had a great question regarding about leaf collection. Why are we collecting leaves? And he got the response saying that they were mandatory to collect leaves, but I kind of did some kind of research on it. So the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, DEP, does not mandate all townships to collect leaves. And it's not a requirement of Pennsylvania law. So, they're only required, since we do belong to the MS4 program, correct, Alex?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, and it's only to maintain the storm drain, not to collect people's leaves. So the public works will have to just clean the storm areas, that's it. I just wanted to point that out to the EAC.
Yes.
And, Pat had a good few points, and I did agree with him.
Thank
So
you.
if you wanna ask.
Thanks, Vicky.
Thanks, yeah, and I think that when we get into that waste article and we talk a little bit more, we'll go into the leaf collection. And other methods that if, you know, you don't wanna get your leaves taken, what you can do with them, and then
Yeah.
we'll talk about the recycling facility, so.
Yeah,
When
and we
that-
can,
when that-
yeah, I agree, and then we can even, because if I may.
Yeah.
What Vicky's referencing, if I remember correctly, I watched a video where the township manager answered a question.
Correct.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, well, there you go, so maybe bring this up to her again. And because again, like, I'm sure that, if she was the one that gave you that information, she could maybe be the one to elaborate on it, and then I can try to get that information, then distribute it in the newsletter, so that people have the reference that she was talking about. That's my feeling on this.
Sure.
And again, I hope I didn't overstep,
No, that's great.
I just felt like that was appropriate to say.
Now, can I say something? I think this is probably the only time that I've agreed with Zach. But I do think this committee has got to be more active and would take more action on and issues other than the newsletter. I mean, there are a lot of things we can say when Mike started talking about water quality. That's something important. There are other things like that, and you guys have the ability to attack anything that you want to get into. That's what it's here for. Mitch said, when we started off the year, I said, I'd love to have it, not the advisory committee, but the action committee.
Yep.
I'd love to see more of that.
Absolutely.
I know, our comments are over, but, I recently, had a friend in from Colorado and took him over to the waterfall. I'll just, kind of show everybody, that's one item over there. Pipe sticking out of the ground along the walking trail.
Where's this?
Um,
Yeah, I see it.
Marshall Falls.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to say.
it's hard to see, but there is a pipe that needs to be addressed, sticking out of the ground. It's as you go up the embankment to get up top there,
At Marshall's Falls?
at Marshall
That'd be
Falls.
a statement that says, don't find me vacant.
There's no signs, just a sign, take it down.
I can't handle this.
I think it'd be appropriate to just send that as an email to either myself or
Yeah.
the township manager.
But,
I know that-
for, some other things though too,
Hear back from her.
there's a lot of down trees and stuff clogging the waterway there.
And we can chat about,
Yeah,
it is now 8:25. I would love to chat with you about wood material in creeks. I
Yeah.
can do that for a solid half hour. But I don't think this is the time or place.
no, I thought I'd bring it up to
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Well, I'm willing to listen if you wanna hang out.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
I've lost friends.
I don't get offended easily.
Yeah.
We'll make a note to bring that up for sure, and we can have that chat.
Okay.
Any additional public comment?
I'll just end it with, I think that more or less, I think that this is a good place to bring these types of concerns. Ultimately, talking with each other is where we're gonna decide what the priorities are. You know, I'm somebody who just joined, this summer, this fall, so we're still learning about, everything we're trying to accomplish, but we have direction directly from the supervisors saying that there is, room for us to have actionable items. The newsletter takes time. Ultimately, no matter what you do with public groups, it does take time. I'm just as frustrated as everybody here about how long things take, but that is just the nature of getting groups of people together and getting stuff done. We could also argue about, what's more important, the newsletter or some of these other initiatives. I think that's kind of the point of having the public comment and the council member comments. So, but just in general, I think I would just, again, continue to encourage people to bring the concerns, bring the things that they want to talk about, and then we make them the priority as a group. But this is part of the process. It's just how it goes.
May I move to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Robert's a bitch.